この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, Episode 16, Thunderclap. And I'm not sure whether we're gonna watch one or two episodes today. It's kind of interesting. What I'm aware of is that this episode and the next episode are titled together, Thunderclap Part 1 and 2. I don't know what Thunderclap refers to. When it goes into my mind, I think Thunderclap and Flash, because of course I do. And then of course I think of Aoi Todo and Clappity Clappity, but that's Boogie Woogie, not Thunderclap, so I don't think that's what that's about. I think it's just a collision of interesting stuff going down, but I really don't know. I'm tempted to watch both, and from the outset I would be tempted to do that, but there's been a lot of back and forth discussion in the Discord about it, and it seems like people are pretty 50-50 split without a consensus as to whether they feel what seems to me to be like an aspirational desire to see both episodes, it'd be so great if we saw more stuff, and maybe a more pragmatic or practical desire to see each episode given more time and delved into more. A couple of people intimated that maybe both together would be too much. I don't know. I'm here early this morning. It is morning. I hope that you can tell. I hope that this doesn't feel weird to be wearing a pajama shirt. I bought this from the Gap because it was on super mega clearance. So I got this satin nightshirt for $7. I bought 4 of them. I bought 4 of them in 2 sizes, 2 of them for somebody other than me and 2 of them for me. And I washed them last night and then I put one on and I haven't taken it off since, and I'm not going to take it off. I don't ever want to take it off. So forgive me for being cozy and showing maybe a little bit too much chest, but you're going to just have to cope with it because I'm so comfy in this thing and I'm not taking it off. I'm just out here with my tea watching Jujutsu Kaisen a day early. Sorry, Gundam people. I'm moving Jujutsu Kaisen a day early just for right now to try to figure some shit out. I'll try to figure everything out. Rah! Anyway, we're going to watch Thunderclap, episode 16 at least. Quite possible that we'll watch 17. After all of the discussion and all of the 50-50ing in the Discord, what we come to is the place that we started, which is a much more informed version of, I'm going to play it by ear, and we'll see if it feels like there's going to be an hour and a half of talking about the first episode, and if not, maybe we'll jump to the next one, and if so, maybe we won't. What we know that we have, are 2 1v1s set up really wonderfully. Both of them with a lot of meaning and a lot of, questions around them. 1. Sukuna has given an opportunity to Jogo. The chance to do his bidding. To allow him to order him around. There's really nothing you could have asked of Sukuna, even to be so deferential as to say that I have nothing to ask of you. Truly all I want is to support you. Leads to being entrapped and put into a back up against the wall, cornered, helpless position. Sukuna doesn't play games when it comes to other people's intentions for him. He doesn't fuck around at all. And he wants to watch people squirm. We saw his brutality toward the duo. I'm still not over it, really. But I can get over it. Jogo, however, there's something much more interesting there. 1 hit. So what would your strategy be to try to get 1 hit off on Sukuna? Distractions? Going for a domain? See, it seems to me like domain is the obvious choice. It gives you an auto-hit move, right? But it's also a terribly bad decision. Because escalating like that allows Sukuna to escalate like that. Of course, he could anyway. I think Jogo's only option is to go all out from the outset because of the power differential between them. No arrogance, only humility. The kind of humility of I know I'm going to get beat here, but I'll give it my all. I don't know. On the other side of Shibuya, another 1v1 is brewing, and has been for a little while. Exhausted from holding a little tiny barrier and keeping the way open so that his friends could escape from inside Dagon's realm, Megumi Fushiguro has now been tossed out of the room by the ghost of his father, who has approached him and settled in for a bit of a fight. How much of Toji is really there? It's not clear yet. His spirit, his core, certainly is there. His memories, his existence, we don't know. We don't even know how much of those things exist, really. The nature of souls and spirits and stuff is a matter of contention in this universe and seems to be a matter of like quantum physics. Like it seems different to different observers. So it seems very different to Toji as well. What a unique person. That uniqueness is what's allowed him to come back in this form in the first place. But how long it'll maintain his form and how much of him is really there? Really a question. There's a fruit fly in my room and I think I just killed it. Did it get in my teeth? No. Okay, that's just a piece of tea. Good. It did not. I don't think I killed it actually. I think I missed. There's no fruit in here. There's no garbage either. Like my room is clean. I don't know why there's a fruit fly in here. It's very, very annoying. I've got to scribble a Scrabble. Oh man, we've gone real cryptic this time. It's kind of fun. I sort of knew that it would be. The only thing that I knew I wanted to do was this like collision in the center. Because that's what I see this as. I see this as two relatively equal forces opposed, colliding, like particle accelerator colliding toward each other, and one of them breaking through. So like this is the shattering of the tip of this cone or this wake. It's all shattering backward like that, being broken by the collision. But it's all momentum through in the center with that core of darkness, and then wakes of motion through. Yeah, that's fun. Super cryptic weird. I think the fun part about being this like abstract about a thing. Oh wow, that looks great on camera. That looks way better than it does to me in person. Because it's zoomed out, you know, I can feel it. I think what's cool about being so abstract is that in terms of my mental representation, each of these is a character in a clash. But because it's abstract, it's actually both clashes. It's Gojo and Sukuna, and it's Megumi and Toji. But in each case, I don't know which side is which. I don't know who wins each of those. I could suspect. I suspect that Megumi will pull something crazy off and at least survive Toji. I don't think winning is the game here. It's just survive until he runs out of steam or something gets fucked or somebody else arrives. But I suspect that Jogo doesn't have a shot against Sukuna. He's a clever fuck, though, and he's been hiding his power level well. We've only really seen him toast people or get toasted by Gojo. So, it'll be really interesting to see. And we stick with a semi-arrow theme, too, which is kind of fun. Choso continues to have an impact, even now. I wonder where Choso's at. We still haven't touched base with him. Still haven't had any insight into Choso the boy. I wonder what's up with that. Okay, kind of a shotgun blast of discombobulated thoughts here at the beginning. Sorry, it's early. That's just part of the nature of the game. I'm so excited to watch more Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm so excited by the title of this episode. It just feels collision-y and boomy and fun. And I'm hype. 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 And I hope you are too. And I'm ready to watch this dang thing. So let me make sure that I've got all the right subs and stuff. And then we'll dive on into it. I have episode 16 of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 up and ready to go. I'm looking at some weird bokeh lights with a letterbox. I have no idea what I'm experiencing here. It's lights everywhere, and then it's letterbox. Maybe it's a flashback from, like, a fuzzy perspective. I don't know. Maybe somebody's drunk. Oh boy. Two big 1v1s lined up for us in the midst of what is unfolding to be a really spectacular arc. We had inklings about it being something like the tournament invasion or something where a bunch of different moving pieces would be coming together, and now I'm really getting that feel as these unexpected collisions keep happening that upset everybody's plans in different and interesting ways. Up until this point, the collisions were pretty normal and expected. It's like, yeah, Mamie's going to run into that guy underneath the thing. Yeah, Mamie's going to have to fight Ghetto's smallpox curse, etc. That's fine and good and hard and makes a lot of sense. But then it's like, wham, unexpected, Toji through the portal. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, game changed. Tables flipped. Love it. I love it. I love having the tables turned on me in cool ways, and this show and piece of media keeps doing it. Like, there are very few things that turn the tables that well, that fast, that often, that fun. Certainly, Fujimoto is probably the best at it that I'm aware of. Just given my experience with Fire Punch, it's hard to feel otherwise because the fucking table flips in Fire Punch are legendary. But this is doing a pretty darn good job, and I'm very pleased to be here for it. So, let me fix my hair because I just messed everything up, and then we'll watch the episode. Episode 16, up and ready to go. 2 versions, picture-in-picture in the description. Timer on YouTube, me in a comfy shirt. Love it. Beep beep timer to count you down. Early access on the Patreon. Beep beep timer to count you down. Let's go, motherfucker! Oh, it's Jogo. It didn't go very well, did it, buddy? Yeah. I don't know what that means. I think he's gonna lose. I wonder if what he's referring to is just the power level, or if it's the horrifying evil. I'm also gonna get notes for this one, just in case. I just feel like Kome. Sad that we haven't seen any Toto yet, really. So that's gotta be Rising Toji. Okay. Okay, so we do start there and we switch to here. Oh shit. Oh, we're spicy. He just That's a really good way to put it. The Scabax. Scabax. I don't know if you can imagine that, man. How can you? Fuck. Run. Whoa, what? Okay, so things are intersecting. Bunnies, good job. Fuck, he's straight through it. Oh my god. We're going off animation in this episode, I can tell already. We're doing these like, oh my god. Shadowless. Not edgeless, but shadowless. He's just not moving. This is unfair. This is not good. This is bad. Where's the other half? He's not even touching them. Oh, fuck. Okay, we could just stop now and talk about that sequence for the rest of the time. Holy shit, we're done. Oh, shit. Really? Panda. What a classic. With the trench coat and everything, too. It's classic. He's straight out of an 80s show. Kusakabe? Oh, he just doesn't want to go in? That's why his body language is all fucked. Smart. Yeah, you need him for security. Just the animation of Panda moving around. Panda. How did you... Did he just... Oh, hello. Oh. Oh. I haven't seen those people before, so they don't... I don't know. Hmm. Yeah, let's chat. Have some tea. Delay, delay, delay. He's so funny. This is not funny. It's a cool back and forth. So much of this is the same, like, group of a couple animators. Oh shit, is he going below? Oh my god! Oh my god! It's truly Terminator-y. Wings? Fuck, you cannot be holding... Yeah! Oh, Jesus. There we go. You have an advantage... I don't know what advantage you have. Hmm. She's alive! Okay, Eerie's here, good. It's a stressful night. Fuck, this is so scary. So many little Home Alone traps that he just, like, walks straight through. It's extremely Terminator-y. Whoa! Only if you can get there, and don't bring him there. Okay, but he can do trade-offs. Wow. So it's the bunnies. Oh! Oh, dropped him in! Took the hit? Took the hit. Locked his foot. Going for the stab. Hi, buddy. Oh my god. And he reads it too fast. So fucked. Xanine. And it is the hereditary technique. Yeah. He actually thinks of it as a... He does care. He does care. His spirit is remembering, too. Names. The name that he would remember. No. Oh, did he just kill himself? He's got clear eyes. Holy shit, he's got clear eyes. Holy shit. Holy shit, Fushiguro survives! Megumi's gonna be able to live through this. Oh my god, and he's back. That's awesome. Oh my god. Yeah, the most terrifying fight of your goddamn life, and it was your dad. You got stabbed by a bad, bad object, too. Whoa. Oh! Was it a fake? Did he fuck around? No, you! You! Son of a bitch! Mother trucker! I fucking hate him! Hmm. Hmm. Oh, this is a convo. And this is those two who have approached us. Because it leads to our goals, not because our goals are the same. We're ignoring center guy. The fly on the wall. Oh, there he is. What a voice. I know that guy. It's not Kotomi Nekire. We have him somewhere else. Yari nasai. LaRue. Who is that? Hey, it's He-Man. Okay. Yeah, we're enemies. Panda. 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 This guy's so funny. Don't fuck around, my guy. Don't fuck around, my guy. You're gonna find out. Oh, very similar, but different. Oh, the squad. The other ninja. Ooh. Power's out. Sukuna Gojo? Or Jogo? It's gotta be Sukuna Jogo. God, we're just transitioning to it. The insta-slice is OP. Regrowth! Oh, and little bugs. Whoa! Whoa, the temperature meter! Oh, the chill walk. Whoa, 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 whoa. Shadowless. Generous indeed. Oh my god, the heat. Whoosh. Let's go, Jogo. Oh my god. Nothing. It's so crazy to have this juxtaposed with the Toji fight. It's like Promare. Oh, holy shit. Whoa! That was novel. And there it is. Back to our beginning. Down. Sick. Sick. So hard. Holy shit, Sukuna. Ninja. Fucking the fact that it's lava, not just fire. Whoa. Oh. Top cut. Instantly, that sliding is the best thing in the episode. Oh, shit. Ah! But we're in the middle of there's lava coming, bro. But lava, bro. Thunderclap. Where did they go? They just disappeared. I don't know, man. Oh, he knows. Yeah. Got him there. What? With fire? He's the master. He just opened a gate to somewhere else. Would give him more power. He wants to fight him in his own zone. Oh shit, we're breaking it down to this. Fire versus fire. Glass becoming lava. Fuck, in the letterbox. That's the arrow. Bye, Jogo. Oh. Hi, friends. Wow, we're just cutting to Aftermath. Drained. So all of the land curses die. Oh, fuck. Oh. How is he able to enter this space? He's able to relate to them. Oh. Destructive individualism. Pure personal ego-free chaos. He's a perfect mirror to the enlightened. What a weird thing to hear. How sweet. Oh my gosh, tears. They're real humans. Bye, buddy. In fire. The scale is so insane. Is that the white and yeah. Oh. Whoa. Oh. What? Oh. Did you fuck up? It seems like you fucked up. I wonder who's killing him. Okay, I think we are gonna leave it at the one, even though they're titled together. This feels like an isolated episode. Weird. Holy shit, because so much resolves there. All of the questions that I had get resolved. Like, we actually have to start off at a new starting point. Whoa. And both fights go not the way that I expected. The outcomes that I mentioned are correct, but the manner of them is so different from what I expected. Fushiguro doesn't really defeat Toji. I'm sorry, Megami doesn't really. They're both Fushiguro, right? He doesn't really defeat him. He recognizes him. He chooses to not kill him. We see what Toji's actually about. Like, there's more there. There's more there than his layers of lies. Yes. What the fuck is that? What? Hold on. What is that? The thing that's killing blonde guy. What even are we looking at here? It's got a floaty thing over its head. You see that floaty thing over its head? That thing's the thing in the OP. That's the Dharmic wheel, the eightfold. I thought that was like pure Gojo related. But where's the hands stuff? Yeah. That. It is Jogo. Or Gojo. I think those are Gojo's hands. But the Dharmic wheel spinning is something else. I think that's what's around that fucking weird. Okay, well, let's not get bogged down there. There's too much for us to talk about in this episode. And when I say too much, I mean, like, I don't even know where to begin. I don't... This one has a deeply unique set of styles of animation that I'm really intrigued by, and I'd like to know more about, and I'd like to look at in more depth. There are a couple of things that are really dramatically impressive. The whole opening... Okay, there are two big animation sequences that I think stand out. Plus, like, Kusakabe doing a couple strikes against ninjas that are pretty sweet, but they don't stand out to me quite as much. The first is the whole opening half, which is the battle with Megumi and Toji. And the striking part about this portion to me is how flat and low shadow everything is. Like, our characters have very little even borders and stuff. They're not quite full borderless, shadowless, but they are shadowless, and it gives them simplicity in design that allows us to do some really insane stuff with the animation around them. But beyond that, the ideas present in the battle, like this of poking at the things and shooting a bunch of little bricks around at super hyper speed to knock everything out, and showing us the intricacies of what's going on in this moment, and then showing it all to us in full speed to see that he just demolishes all the rabbits in an instant, is fucking crazy. And then we combine that with the way that the motion happens throughout this battle sequence, and that's also fucking crazy. Another thing that's striking about this episode, I think, is how much context switching we do, because we are jumping around all over the place. Our first chunk is this part of the fight, and we don't get back to there until, like, here. Here we're in Fushiguro, and then we're over to these other characters, and then we're back over to Fushiguro, or over to Jogo Sukuna. Like, we're all over the place, really. And we're kind of jumping elsewhere, too, to Ieri-san and setting up all these elements in frame. I think what's striking to me about this is how film stolen it is. It's a realization that I've had as we've progressed in Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 that a huge amount of it is yoinked, is like truly directly, immediately, instantly yoinked. Whether done by author in manga previously or just done in animation as a fun thing to yoink, from our Mekamaru episode that stole almost every cut that was in it from Gurren Lagann somewhere or one of the Trigger shows somewhere, to the shit, I just had the other example in my head. Certain fight elements being stolen from Ip Man or being stolen from the raid, scenes being taken. I think some of these scenes might actually be taken directly from Terminator. Like, this angle and the, like, looking around for stuff feels exactly in that zone for me. It might not be Terminator, but some other action film or something. I wouldn't be surprised if there are cuts that are one-to-one correlated with these in a real and genuine way. But beyond that, the continuous step-by-step struggle that we have between these characters as Megumi is trying to stay one step ahead of this endlessly powerful monster who's faster and stronger and smarter and more capable and more dedicated and unstoppable than he is, ends up being really fucking cool. I think it's excellent. I think it's really cool. So that's my zoomed out take on this portion of the fight. I think it's really, really fun to have all these, like, tricks and traps in play that we don't necessarily know about. They get sprung on us as they get sprung in scene, and so we get to be there along with Megumi as he's whisked away moments before disaster every time. And it's only during this last trap, really, that we get the setup for it and get to see it actually take place and get executed and fail and not really go very well. See it all be for naught, but then see it cascade in a different way and actually end up succeeding very interestingly. Very, very interestingly. Clear-eyed, he stabs himself in the head with his cursed tool. There's nothing special about that cursed tool, is there? Because, like... No, he stabs himself in the head because his eyes go clear and then he stabs himself. No, it's not really clear, is it? He's remembering... Because I just had this crazy idea that was like, what if, instead of his eyes going clear because he remembers who he is and stuff, his eyes go clear because this thing, like, syringe suctions his soul out of his body, and now his soul is in the tool? That would be sick. I don't think that's the case. That would be so sick. Good for you. So it's right here that this is so interesting. Our boy says he does everything for money, and does. And I believe him, right? That's his believed outlook on self. He believes himself totally money-focused and only about that life. But it's not true, is it? It's not true. It's a mask. It prevents him from having to be in touch with his real emotions or feelings. It's a mask, and we see it here. He does this like play thing, but then when he's walking away, he's dejected. And his dejectedness isn't having given something up. It's that he's actually aware of the circumstance, and he thinks that by selling his son to the Zenins, that place that caused him so much harm might be better for him because he's talented. Fascinating. Fushiguro, not Zenin. And it's even then, he's not asking him his name to know if it's his son. He knows it is. So when he hears Fushiguro, not Zenin, he knows that he's gotten out. That he's not trapped there. What the hell was that about? And he doesn't even realize that he's just faced down his own father. And son of a bitch! Fucking chaos. That's the kind of unexpected collision that I'm like really enjoying here. I hate, but I'm really enjoying. Okay, we're in the middle portion before we get to the other big fight that we're going to talk about. And we are going to go back and look at some of the animation in that first fight, specifically on Sakagaburu. But I want to know, out of this fight, very interesting to see these internal struggles of how do we carry on the legacy of somebody whose legacy is unclear and who's interpreted multiple ways by different factions. And we see this sort of like Children of Genghis Khan split of people forming different factions and alliances and believing that they're the true believers who carry on the legacy of the thing. Very interesting. What else is interesting is I want to know this guy's fucking voice. Because I've heard him in the last 6 months in like a crazy role. I wonder, is he Made in Abyss bad boy? Bad daddy? Made in Abyss dad bad? I think he might be. That's my guess. Larue Sho Hayami. Sosuke Aizen. Nicholas D. Wolfwood. Fudo Akira. Oh, he's Maximilian Genius in Macross. But where have I heard him most recently? Come on, guys. He's here somewhere. Okay, the truth is he's been a voice actor for like 40 years. He has voice acted in Macross. He voice acted in Genga Eiyu Densetsu. I've heard this guy in deep voice roles like a bajillion times, but I'm not finding that one thing that locks in for me and is like, oh, that's where I heard him most recently. He is everywhere, though. He's everywhere. But not the thing that I thought. Dang! Ding, dang, darn it. Okay, fine, good. What a voice. We are the ones carrying on the will. I fucking love Kusakabe's avoidant behavior. I think it's very funny. Take my sweet time drawing this out. Yeah, buddy. And explosions and everything changes. Suddenly, well, this shot sells it to us, right? Elephant stomping on ants. We're the rats. We're the rats looking up at the impossible. The letterbox transition is really smart. Really simple, and then yoinking us out of it, I think, at moment of impact, right? Wham, boom, and suddenly we're moving. And moving is kind of an understatement when moving ends up actually looking like this. Like masks of fury turning motion into insanity. So I think in our first cut here, we have an element that we just should highlight. This is a Mappa-ism that's become very Mappa-y. The way that we follow, just using background animation, animated backgrounds, different thing. Background animation is usually when we're referring to a fully hand-drawn background that moves and changes. Animated backgrounds or digital backgrounds or background movement or camera movement on background, that's what I'm talking about here. Mappa's become the best at it, as far as I know. There are other people, individuals, directors who can do it really well, but Mappa's consistently nailing it, and it's what's allowing them to do all these action sequences as well as they do, in my opinion. It's throughout Chainsaw Man. It's throughout Watanabe's work, Keiichiro, our running boy, who I assume has a couple of cuts in this episode, although I might not be able to point them out. There are a couple that feel like they absolutely hit his vibe and capacities, but this initial moment where we track this element through a couple of scenes. So we track this brick element. We whip it up, right? We're following it here. We follow focus through in, through back, line it up, right? Like planets aligned so that we can follow this, and then line it up like planets aligned so that we can follow this down and through. That travels on static frame for the most part, right? Like we don't follow it with the camera here. It just goes whoop past us, because we got that feeling of past us. But then our next cut makes it feel like we're traveling with it, and then we're actually traveling with it. We're actually traveling ahead of it. See, our camera's moving faster than it, and then it's moving faster than our camera, okay? So it speeds up faster than we can, which gives it the feeling like it's going really fast. Like it's going voo, and Dopplering past us. Visual Doppler. Slow, 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 faster than we can follow. Our camera slow pans past and only catches up later. Wham! And now we catch up. And now we hold and sort of ease into that hold. This is as simple as can be. It's just the movement of the camera to follow an object moving through space over the course of 2 cuts. It's as simple as can be. But the fact that we can nail down this simple element is the glue that holds the entire rest of the sequence together. Lights and extravaganzas and lava flows and insanity, all wonderful, all beautiful, all going to be great. None of it's going to like sink its teeth into you and make you feel things if it doesn't feel like it's coherently in space. So our camera movements give us the feeling of being coherently in space. Whoosh. Something's happening. We're following it. Even though I don't know where I'm at right now, like my brain has a second where I'm like, where did I just go in relation to the other scene? It doesn't matter. I'm following it. It's crazy, but it's true. Now we're following each element. Bugs and regrowth, explosions and tracer shells. We go from instant acceleration into top tier to like absolute extravaganza so fast. And the extravaganza form is very different from most that we've had so far. We've had like visual landscapes that are really cool, especially in domains. We've had individual hand-to-hand fights and stuff that are very cool, and we get some of that in Megumi versus Toji earlier in the episode. This is cataclysmic spectacle. This is beam battles except with fire. This is DBZ. This is DBZ fighting in Jujutsu Kaisen. And it's cool. It's sick. It's got all these elements that are like cute too, like funny little jabs, like the temperature thing going up, that are cute too, or silly, or fun in some, or you know, stuff lighting on fire in windows. But then it's also just so fucking sick. And it dives and smoothly swooshes between styles of speed and movement, from shadowless to bright shadows and highlights on characters to these smooth, this would be background animated, like fully background animated sequence as we imagine we're watching Sukuna move through stuff, and then we go full shadowless for these in-between moments, as sketchy as could be, and I would imagine our Watanabe, that's my guess, because that's what that looks like to me. Tat-tat, tat-tat, just holds him and slices him up again. No chance. But it's a back and forth. They're not done. Like this battle just keeps going and keeps like escalating and hitting really cool moments. Godzilla style laser beam through a building. Incredible aftermaths, incredible shifts between highly, not realistic, but very glowy, very post-processed, very layered imagery. Like this is deeply layered. We can see the whole city. The way that the light explodes on everything is like it's creating light and shadow. It's post-processed out to hell. And then we have a similarly sort of processed scene here that warps into very warpy, very 2D, very swooshy, very smeary space. Very swooshy, very smeary, very 2D, very flat, less shadows, no post-processing, very Kaganashi, very, very artistic. And it bridges that gap fluidly and smoothly. Like, that's actually kind of crazy. That we go from here in sort of hyper over-the-top war zone. This is like over-the-top war zone real, right? Animation realism. To complete floopy-whoopy over the course of a couple scenes, and it all feels like it's interconnected. That's magic. That's magic. How did that work? How did that work? Because I know that you've seen shows where it does this and then does the other thing, and you're like, there's a big disconnect between these two things. You know? Like when the magical girls do their fighting part, that might be the 2D style, but then there's a big transition when it goes to the big sort of beam, like, I'm going to do a thing to heal the world, weebity-deebity, I'm going to spin my toy and make it light up, and it's all a different zone, it's a different style. Here, it's a different style, but we fluidly move between them in a way where it's like, you don't even notice. You don't even notice. You're just pulled along through and impressed by each piece as it comes at you. Bam, 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 bam. The amount of scale and like movement through this cityscape is spectacular. It's even more impressive to me than the fully CG'd out location of the subway for the Choso fight, because it's so grand and big. Because it's so grand and big, we can play with it, and we can just like throw skyscrapers that don't necessarily exist together, because we can just play with elements. There's so much around us that we can do whatever we want. Buses can just appear and be thrown at each other. It doesn't really matter. But it feels coherent in a way that's really cool. It feels like all these buildings could be real, and like Jogo is actually getting bounced, pinballing down a fucking full street with incredible animation to boot, and really well hit and cuts in between, like bam, cut. Fucking spectacular. The flames and fire are so crazy cool. And it's this sequence where we start to really escalate, where Jogo realizes how not gonna happen this is. Lava over everything, big scale on stuff. At this point, Promare is all I can think, because there are a bunch of giant lava flow sequences that are like this in Promare, but in Promare they're CG. It's worth mentioning. In Promare, they're like actual objects that have been digitally represented to flow, like lava or stuff, polygonal. This is all 2D. It's all 2D, and it's gorgeous. I mean, it's gorgeous. Look at it. I've had a couple of examples of cool fire stuff in the past couple months. There was a ReZero episode that had some cool things, but a whole landscape awash in flame that's not just flame, it's got weight to it. It's molten rock. It's lava. And I believe that it's lava every time it moves. I believe that it's physical and real and molten and real. And then, similar to what we had with Fushiguro dodging things by just moving his head, Sukuna doesn't even move his feet. He's just out of the way of everything. There's nothing that hits. And then we get this moment where we pull out and it's like less detailed, because we're going to collapse it all in. We're going to do this. Just cascades of light and fire, and then the smash of the two buildings together. All the bugs, all the things. It's like Jogo is conducting a symphony of destruction. Might actually be the title of this episode. Symphony of Destruction is a great album. Oh, is it not an album title? I thought it was the album. No, it's off of Countdown to Extinction. It's just Symphony of Destruction is the song from, it's a Megadeth song. It's a cool song. I am going to title the episode that, I think. I think it's the thing to title it, because this is a symphony of destruction. Look at all the moving pieces. Look at all of it having to be coordinated. And all of that at Rush, like at crunch. I don't know to the extent to which this episode was crunched, but from what I understand from Manko Man and oh shit, I just stopped recording. From what I understand from Manko Man and others, most of the episodes from a certain point forward in the show were like really crushed by the end. So this is spectacular. We lose space and coherence in some ways, and it's it works in the same way that we've had moments where, like, in the first Jogo versus Gojo fight, where he, like, blows him up with fire, and we're waiting, and we know that Gojo's gonna walk through that flame, and then he walks through and he's unscathed, and it's like, whoa. Here, we get these moments where we, like, discombobulate. I lose sense of scale. Like, where am I at? What's going on? And then out from that emerges Sukuna, and it's like, even in this realm where you as a viewer just observing can't figure out what's going on, I, Sukuna, remain unscathed, am untouched. And there's a moment later when he becomes like the cross. It's after he gets crushed by the two buildings. The two flaming buildings crushing together is like, amazing. That's amazing expression. And then emerges. And it's that scene, and we'll go through the rest as well, because we gotta talk about this cut in particular, where he runs it, and it's just like mega speed, because it's awesome. Actually, let's just do that right now. We'll just do that right now, and then we'll talk about the floating cross scene and what it makes me think of when it's combined with some of the dialogue later. Bam. Whoosh. So here again, that's like fast face to camera. Blank, 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 high. Fucking terrifying. These individual frames of like ravenous, smeary Sukuna coming towards you are bad news. This is gorgeous. This is WebGen-y. It's so WebGen-y to me. It's so smeary. I wonder if it's Watanabe, because of the way that these smears look. I feel like it must be. Very, actually, the running is identical to Devilman Crybaby. Just realized. That run is Devilman Crybaby. It does have a Yuasa feel. It's such a flash of a sequence, too. And it might even outweigh the flaming sequences for me. Voosh, bam, ba 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 ba. Boom. And then we're just in talking mode again. And then we demolish him to the floor. He's toasted, and we say some hard-ass lines, and do some battering and beating and extreme fire stuff as well. Cool cut when he slices them. This shit is absolutely gorgeous. I have to just say, I think it's absolutely gorgeous. All the debris, all the fire, all of it's fucking awesome. This shit is also absolutely gorgeous. The way that we cascade all of this up and... might be Watanabe as well, given that he's the one who did the Gojo, like, moving stuff sequence. Feels very similar, I wonder. And then maybe top cut in the episode is this skate backward. Because of the way the, like, crossovers, the leg crossovers, and the feelings of whooshiness, and the floatiness in the legs, and the smear. Feels like some of the elements of Sympho Gear. I don't know. It feels awesome. Insanity. And again, jumping back and forth between elements. Crazy. And then stopped. And then completely stopped. A cataclysm clapped away. A thunderclap indeed. Did they move when he said now? Was that it? Oh, it looks like it. They ran. I got the impression that he pushed them away or something, but no. And then we get that hyper-realism again. It's like a nuke goes off. And in the aftermath, flame. He calls flame. I suppose you don't know what my power really is. This sequence of just hands is beautiful. Beautiful, different types of fire. Spectacular. With the letterboxes around, it all comes to an end. Split and joined, believing in the future. And finally understood. Sukuna sees them and rejects them. Tells them what his beliefs really are. To burn them all down. Not to grow weaker. To be individual. No calculations, no plots, no plans. Pure chaos. No future, no identity, only heights to be reached. A flip side, the hunger to seize your ideals. Sukuna and Gojo are flip sides. Here in this moment where he's floating, taking that huge attack, and comes out floating above, he reminds me only of one person, a person transcendent. Gojo, floating above the world, experiencing all. But Sukuna isn't non-dualist. He doesn't experience the world around him. He experiences himself fully. His chaos, his desires, his wants. He doesn't integrate or incorporate. He just acts. Purely and straightforwardly and cruelly and horrifyingly. Until everything is burned down. Until everything is destroyed. He's capable of using and wielding all the powers, it seems, of any of the people who come after him. It seems. I wonder where he got that fire. But the parallel between these two powerful, powerful entities and the great imbalance created by sealing one of them away and allowing the other free becomes very poignant. Very interesting. And they end up in similar positions of power with different outsets. It's that wholehearted, single, individualistic pursuit of power and capacity, aligned with giftedness and potential, that makes them transcend, but in opposite directions. How very interesting. I want a Sakagaburu. I'm going to do it over here on this one so that I can, edit it. All right, fine. Okay, so I haven't put the Sakaga extended add-on for Firefox yet, but I need to. Great. Let's see how weird this looks. Oh my god. Oh, it's got all my previous searches. That's only mildly terrifying. Good thing I don't search for weird things on Sakagaburu. Holy shit, there are a lot. Okay, cool. That's great. Oh, and they give us people's names on the outside. So that's very nice. Thank you, Sakaga Extended. It's very good. And also tells us the cut ratings, I think. Order score, all that jazz. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab them all. I'm gonna grab them all. We're just gonna do them all. Bip, bop, boop, bip, bop, boop. Oh, and you can preview in the thing, which is also nice. Although, it takes a lot of resources, methinks. Great, let's do it. Artist unknown. This is going to be we've got frame and forward and advanced tools. Cool. This is going to be the communication, the big explosion of that, the fly falling, and then just some communication. It's not really spicy. I can see why it's the worst cut, or the least loved cut. This is the walk forward and find out that you're getting stabbed from behind. Mid. Not really that mid, but Nakaya Onsen. I love this background feel. It reminds me a lot of Monogatari. The Monogatari series in general. And then this sequence with the feet and the legs and stuff reminds me of stuff from Zero. Fine, cool. There's a lot of Nakaya Onsen throughout this episode, so I wonder if he's ADing or something. I wonder if this is LaRue. It's kind of I just don't know who this creature is. We'll have to find out. Artist unknown. Oh, this is where he does the zippy zap sword move, and we do the setup for all the fire stuff. But this is just like environmental, whoosh, pow, cool. It's very cool, and it does a lot of work, but it's not Sakaga, in my opinion. Toshiyuki Sato and Issei Arakaki. Is this where we've got Panda like walking around being goofy in the background? Yes, it is. And these little cool, cute moments. It's so funny to me that his whole thing is actually just a ploy. I think it's so fucking funny. The end, from 146 to the end is Issei Arakaki. 1 to 146 is Toshiyuki Sato. So just this first part. Oh no, just the very last part is not Toshiyuki Sato. The whole thing is Sato for all the goofy like panda moving around, which I think is really cool, and all of this guy moving around as well. Very cool. Okay, Nakaya Onsen continues to deliver cuts for the episode. Mostly really smooth, simple ones, like nothing crazy going on, just solid drawings. Not moving a lot, but solid drawings. Not tagged Sota Yamazaki. Level of contribution unknown. Fuck, what a scene. Also read Symphogear to me, because the moon through stuff, through dilapidated stuff. Ended. Ended. Oh, he's CAD. Okay, cool. That tracks. And has been doing a lot on here. Itsuki Tsuchigami for just the big fall. And then the zoom. Man, the zoom is so crazy. And there are like 4 crazy zooms in the episode. I think 3 maybe. So to Yamazaki as CAD, Itsuki Tsuchigami also animating. Fire begins. This is the big clap. And then whoosh. And then the aftermath of that is spectacular. Yeah. Again, I would say really quite realist in a very anime sense. Okay, Masami Mori in through this white space. This is all just gonna be that white space and the tears and the expression. It's a cute sequence. And so is the aftermath sequence is not cute. It's fucking horrifying and awesome. Super cool. Nakaya Onsen. This is the shit. So I was getting the impression as I hovered over these that Nakaya Onsen was responsible for a lot of the pieces of the dad-son fight that seem most fun and most like shadowless and interesting to me. So it seems like a lot of these cuts are Nakaya Onsen, and that's cool to know because it's not an animator that I'm deeply familiar with. But I think they're spectacular. I think the tension build and release throughout this fight is really amazing. Actually, maybe throughout the whole episode, as tension is built and then released, in slow-mo, in speed up, in jumping from one place to another, in like building up a bunch of tension in a scene, and then something else going on back behind us that like interrupts. There are all these like build up, crash, build up, crash. Even the framework of the episode kind of builds us up and then brings us back down by giving us the in media res intro to the Jogo fight, and then actually following up on that later in the episode to bring it to the big climax at the end. It's really cleverly done. I think the episode's really cleverly done. I don't know how much of that cleverness is actually just a response to constraints, to physical and material constraints on time and energy and drawing and stuff. God, yeah, these are some really smooth cuts. This moment when he realizes that he's coming for him anyway. Huh! Pow! This is something that the show does so well, is these like odd symbols creating flashes of understanding for us. It's really cool. It's really cool. More Nakaya Onsen. So this is the inside portion, I think, where he tap. Or it might be the hand-to-hand combat first portion. No, okay, it's the big outside Nue with lightning, blast, boom, and running for our lives. And then catapulting through. I love this sequence. There are so many pieces of it. It feels very Home Alone-y, like setting all the traps and stuff. It feels very Terminator-y, an endless demon coming after us. That particular moment... What is that? This is stolen. This is stolen. Every single element of this is stolen. The single eye, Where's this stolen from? Because this is yoinked. It's not a bad thing, like, to be clear, not a bad thing. But where's this frame stolen from? The single eye coming down with a strike. I don't know. I love getting whomped by or warped away by the tools at our disposal. It's so fucking sick to watch Fushiguro grow as a fighter and use all his techniques. He is really spectacular, of course. And then to make this crazy play, to build a shadow that he's going to pop through, right? And drop down into in order to get the stab off on him. To catch him stabbing him. Sort of a similar semi-suicidal play to what we've had before. But in this moment, revealing his technique and going in for it, he looks at him and he sees him. He's taken aback, and that's when we go into memory. Everything changes. Itsuki Tsuchigami with Yamazaki, and it should be Miso according to his tweet. This and or next one. Okay, interesting. The flame that he starts to pull out, it's so beautiful. The flashes of blue-purple in it are what really make it to me, but it's also like the way that it has light in itself. It's so beautiful. I think any frame of this is frameable. Right? I think any frame of this is something that I'd be proud to put on a wall or use as a background. It's really fucking cool looking fire. Some of the most unique fire that I've seen in the last few years. That's not saying nothing. Fire happens all the time. This is some of the most unique fire that I've seen in the last few years. All throughout the episode, but particularly the stuff that stuff that Sukuna pulls out is nuts. And it's amazing to me how distinct it can be in that hand-hand sequence from Jogo's. It's like totally different. This fire looks a lot like water breathing. The style that we use for water breathing and fire breathing in Kimetsu. I wonder how much is learning from Ufotable's like post-processing style in order to produce interesting things, because it does have that same interest and that same vibrancy and multicolored nature while staying kind of woodblocky in a weird way. It's cool. So this is our Terminator sequence. There are some really dope moments here. Fa-pow! That also feels stolen. Ta-pa! Pa! And the momentum's just expanded out for all of these attacks. It's just relentless. It's relentless. It keeps going. It doesn't stop. Every time we look at an element, we know that it's going to be a weapon. Suddenly we're up here, and suddenly incoming. Boom! And the way we obscure the camera here, we obscure it with Megami, and then we obscure it with the disc itself, and then we pull way out. It's like so flashy and instant. This whole sequence is amazing. So this is all Nakaya Onsen as well. This guy is dope. A lot of these I thought would be Watanabe. Because like, how could it be otherwise? But no, it seems like we've got this Onsen character is really, really spectacular at doing these high movement shots. I'm very impressed. Ajin, Gem, Itsuki Tsuchigami, and Ryo. This is the big, like, we realize stuff is going on fight? No, this is this portion. Yeah, this is the big realize stuff is going on. So this is a hell of a cut with a bunch of elements. This is one style. I think that it's important. Oh, yeah, Kaganashi Zenkage. That makes sense. Yeah, for sure. Because this one portion at the beginning is very Kaganashi. It's very shadowless, right? It's also very low saturation. And so when we bring in the boom, it's very striking. Very different looking. Big interrupt. And then spectacular. This big CG, or not CG, but three-dimensional, like, rotating sequence is spectacular. The fire moving is spectacular. This shit is untouchable. I already mentioned it as we were going through it, but it's like, this is untouchable. So, of course, it took 4 people to draw this. Crazy. And we know who did what? Okay, so we're at 40 to the end. So 26 to 40 is Ryo. So that's this portion. I need to remake Suicide Squad Isekai, Jujutsu Kaisen, Bleach, Eve music videos. I'll grab that. Black Clover for Utapon cubes. I will grab. Sorry if it spoils stuff for you. That's not my intent. I just want to figure out this person's animation style a little bit. A lot of Black Clover. Okay. Ryo. Oh, it's the moving stuff. Oh, this guy's a full-featured animator. Fully capable. Oh, fully capable. Holy shit. Oh, there's one of those straight through to cameras. Boom. Great to be able to see it in Ganga. Oh, wow, yeah, transitions and movement. Whoa! Whoa! So noticing small to big, to small to big, to small to big, as like a deep capacity. These big, deep frames with lots of stuff going on, just like the giant floating stuff. And then small stuff that comes into focus really quickly and comes out of it really quickly. Yeah, like that. That just did it again. We whoosh around, woo, and now we're moving out of focus. Or out away from the character. Really small intricacies, big sweeping wide shots. And then explosions and destruction and stuff. This is spectacular. Ryo is cool. This animator is dope. Okay, we'll leave it there for now. I think that's a great start for figuring out who that person is, because I'm not familiar with them at all. Here we have Tsuchigami, fire again, and So Miyazaki. And it's beautiful. Again, when we have these two distinct forms, they're deeply distinct. And the slow flow is very Tai Chi. It's very, very carefully executed, the movement of the actual hands. Yeah, that is actually is fully Tai Chi. All a setup. Flaming arrow. That's so funny. I didn't try to do this. It was just that this album had been like on my mind because a song from it had come up when I was listening. The song is called Sky is Falling The artist is Blackalicious, but the album is Blazing Arrow. The album is Blazing Arrow. That's so fucking weird. Okay, cool. What a scene. Jogo's last. So one up from there goes this Nakaya Onsen sequence, which is where we get the full Terminator in zone. We get this full fist fight, beautiful moment that might be yoinked from somewhere. I'm almost certain that it is. Even with the setup in is like really cool. Here, he squares up and then it's like hup, ugh! And then doesn't move. All one hand. Block. Flustered. Block. Torched. Every element toasted. And then let's take care of the rabbits. Thwack. Thup. I wonder if it's like, I wonder what it's stolen from. I'm sure that some of this is stolen. Fuck, it's so good. Thwap, the hold and come around. These remind me of like Jackie Chan films. The intricacy of combat and the camera motion. It's like somebody who knows how to fight, which I only really see in Jackie Chan films. Bruce Lee too, but older style. So he tosses this up, thumps them all up in the air, and then debris pops. And I think the sound design on this, I'm not going to go through it immediately, but the sound design on this makes it. And it's just absolutely insanity. I think it's one of the coolest things, like expressions of how powerful somebody is that we've seen. Even if it's deeply simple. Combined with the tossing the thing up, it's crazy. And So Miyazaki, number 9 in the POV first person pool, number 225 in Kaganashi. What sequence is this? Sukepan. New impact frame. Oh, it's just not dimmed. Sukepan. Kaiten for a rotating camera pan. Fuck. This is the sequence that we talked about. And then we move into it, and we get that pure fire. Sukepan is at 22, this guy's saying. Oh, this pan. I see. The moving pan. It's just smooth. I don't know if that term is correct. Then the background animation through. This is all So Miyazaki? Fuck, bro. What? With the multi-style changes as well? It's all one animator? This whole thing. That too? That's all one animator into this Kaganashi insanity? And out here and through the building and everything? Holy shit. I mean, So Miyazaki has been absolutely killing it on Jujutsu Kaisen, but I'm still, I didn't think that could all be done by one person. This is the cut. I can't look at any of the other Jujutsu Kaisen ones. Oh, the inside hallway thing in here was one. Some walking scene. Yeah. Yamazaki's been making this whole thing happen, so of course they bring him in for that sequence. Makes sense. It makes sense. Oh, and the Wonder Egg priority. I can watch this Wonder Egg priority sequence. Yeah. Whoa. Okay, I think this comes out as a big swinger in terms of dope-ass episodes. Don't you? I think so. I think it's a heavy hitter for a dope sauce top kek episode. I mean, fire animation and effects alone. Amazing. Emotional connection with Jogo could have been the whole episode. Having a 1v1 between father and son here that ends in the way that it ends and looks the way that it looks, amazing. Tying it all together with Kusakabe and Panda is kind of silly, but it works really well to offset the tone a little bit. These are two desperate battles that go very different and very interesting directions. One, it's information that changes everything, and the other, there's no escape. There's no way around it. Sukuna's just having fun. So, with Toji Fushiguro no longer in the picture, thank God, I think. With Jogo no longer in the picture, Sukuna Itadori is just full-fingered up and powerful as hell and ready to cause havoc, and there doesn't seem like there's anybody who can really stop him. Where do we go from here? This is a real concerning point because we got this two-parter that is listed as a two-parter. We're not going to watch the second part today. I'm already an hour and a half in. We got this two-parter that's listed as a two-parter, but all the parts that were set up for the first part of the two-parter are done now. They've been finished. Both of the fights that we had established that I was really excited for are done. So where do we go from here? Where does the thunderclap resound out to? And have we felt the shockwave yet? Maybe not. Either way, I think this was a spectacular piece of animation, a really fun episode in terms of construction and coordination and putting it all together, and I got no impression, whereas in the last episodes, I got this impression that they were sort of split down the middle, and there were parts of them that were very strong and parts of them that were very weak. I got no weakness out of this episode. If it was there, it was covered in a way that made it feel like artistic choices as opposed to weaknesses or constraints, which is awesome. And if it wasn't there, then that's super great too, but I think it was there, and I think it was just well handled by this artistic staff. Very fucking cool. I'm happy to leave it here for today. Thank you so much for joining me for watching more Jujutsu Kaisen. It's always a joy. The show keeps kicking ass, and I'm excited to see what we do in the next one next time on Jujutsu. Thanks so much for watching. Early access to the next week's episode on the Patreon, linked in the description down below. I'll see you next week for more. Much love. Peace.